Hi, this is Malia from Woman Powered Homestead, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of my garden and show you some new things that have happened along the way. Alright, so behind me we can see I have actually hand dug raised garden beds. They're not truly raised, they have no borders really, it's just the pathways that I have dug along them. Alright, so the first bed has a bunch of potatoes in it. Some are doing a little bit better than others. Like the back corner there, I think, has been getting missed in the watering lately. So it's a little bit shorter than everybody else. I do need to mound up around them a little bit more. I'm using wood chips because we got a huge chip drop about 2 weeks ago. And I'm trying to find ways to use them all, man. It's hard. It's insane. And as you can see, I have also mulched my walkways with the wood mulch. Alright, so that's the first bed. Second bed that we're doing is broccoli, cabbage. We have broccoli, cabbage, and onions. And it is doing fabulous. Look how big those are. I mean, they're like practically up to my knee if I were to step on that bed. Some of the broccoli is starting to form heads. Let's see if I can we see that? Yeah, so it's starting to form heads. I am super excited. Some of the cabbages have got little golf ball sized heads going on, and the onions are they're loving this. So I'm so happy with the way that bed is doing. All right, so next is a mishmash bed. We have a couple of lines of peas, but unfortunately a lot of the peas did not come up, so I had to reseed them. We've got spinach and some collards here, carrots, radishes, and on this side we have kale and some more onions because I had a lot of sets that I had to use. And I am in desperate need of weeding. It has been a long 2 weeks, I'll tell you that right now. So it's been busy. My husband's away on business right now, so it's even busier. All right, so bed number 4, let's see. So I have a couple of peas in this one. They are the spring blush tendril peas that I got from a seed swap this year. And then we have bush beans. It's actually down both sides, but again, they're not coming up very well. So I had to reseed those and have only had one sprout so far. We have got some beet greens here, or beets for greens on this side. Let's see if I can show you here. But yeah, I love beet greens in my salad, even though it's slightly earthy. It's great. Okay. So next bed is pretty barren. It's got a few cucumber plants that are really small. We have some turnips and some rutabagas that are starting to sprout that I planted about a week ago. Excited about that. At the end of this bed, there's a couple of eggplants. The only 2 eggplants that actually survived this year. All right, so another bed that has cucumbers, and on the arch trellis here is going to be pole beans on both sides. So far, only a couple have sprouted, so nothing exciting there. And then we get to the longer beds. All right, so the longer beds. This one has a whole bunch of peppers, 1 tomato plant, some parsley at the end here, a whole bunch of parsley, and some random tomatoes going on down the way. I couldn't find enough room for them. So we are coming to all my beds of tomatoes. So this one has tomatoes and onions, and we got some nasturtiums starting to pop up here. Trying to do a little bit of companion planting. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 full beds of tomatoes. We've got 1 lone borage plant here. She's got 2 sisters up front in my herb garden, but this is the only one here. And then this barrow was direct seeded zucchini, which has zucchini and squash that has not come up. There's only one that has come up down here. And do you think I actually wrote the varieties down? No. So, we're getting a good shot of that. So the one lone squash, I'm hoping that more come up. Ooh, bad light. Hoping that more come up here in the next week or so. Because if not, I'll have to reseed them, and that's never any fun. Alright, so let's take a venture over to the back so we can see the new adventure that we're doing. I am so excited. It was kind of a time crunch to get everything done for this. It was kind of frustrating, but it's also super exciting. Come over here and disturb all the resting chickens. Okay, let's see. Can't really do this with one hand, can I? I'll find out. And everybody's wanting treats. And I've got to latch the gates, so putting you down. All y'all. Alright. So, Quinn, stop! This is Quinn. She's a 4-year-old Nubian or Nigerian dwarf doe. She is kidded a few times in the past. Last year she had triplets. She is currently dry, but that's okay. Then we have, oh goodness, Hades. He is about 18-month-old year-old wether, somewhere in there. Got him from one of my husband's co-workers who provided a goat for the boss's wife. And then, goodness, I can't see the screen. In the background, we do have the Jacob sheep. We have a ewe Jacob sheep that we had purchased from my friends at Gingerberry Farms. And she is about 3-4 months old. And the littlest guy is Archie. And he is an intact buckling. And he also came from Gingerberry Farms. And he and Maribel, the sheep, are fantastic friends. Now, Quinn is bossy and doesn't like Maribel, obviously. So yeah, these are the new changes to the farm, to the homestead. And the other new thing is this pretty awesome shed that we got. We decided to purchase it instead of building our own, because we are not that good at building. So we did basically an enclosed shed with a divider wall so we can have a feed room and the stall. So I'm also excited about that because that means no more food in our garages for the mice to come in. So yay for goaties. Everybody loves goats, right, Quinn? Oh, edgy belly. So, she's the friendliest. She lets you scratch her. Don't you, Quinny Quinn? So, alright. And then the other thing that's going to happen is our friend, I can't see, the friend from Gingerberry Farms is going to allow us to borrow her buck stink bug. So Quinn and Stink Bug can have some pretty little black and white babies. Because Stink Bug is a black and white Nigerian dwarf buck. So, yeah. So, I'm super excited. The ducks are all afield right now because they're not too sure what to think about the goats. The goats have been exploring the lush pasture that we have. Poor little Archie's tummy yesterday wasn't feeling too good because of all the fresh grass. So we had to get some probios for him. He's feeling better today. He's eaten lots of grass, hay, and a little bit of fresh grass still. Let me tell you the story of our Memorial Day. Alright, we're gonna go back into the shady bits because my eyes are killing me out here. So bright. Alright. Oh, much better. Okay, where can I put you? The weekend story. It was pretty funny. Maybe not. So, that shed that I just showed you was supposed to be delivered to us on Friday. It was supposed to be about Friday midday. Well, my husband had been calling them earlier in the week to see if they could possibly deliver it on Thursday because we were supposed to be getting Quinn and Hades on Saturday. So he called them earlier that week, was told, we'll check on it, we'll check on it, we'll check on it. He called them Monday, we'll check on it. Called them Tuesday, we'll check on it. Called them Wednesday, no answer. Called them Thursday to make sure that the delivery would be on Friday so that way we'd have time to put up the last part of our goat fence. Was told we'll check on it and never heard anything back. So Friday rolls around and we call again because we need our shed. We need our shed. And get told, oh, it's not ready yet. We're pissed. We are legitimately angry because in order for the truck with that trailer to get through, we needed to take down a T-post in the front fence and have the fence down so that they could get through. So my husband talked to that guy and told him the whole reason we wanted it by this weekend or by Friday is because we're getting the animals that this is for. You can't get in to the back area where they're going to be on Saturday. That fence is going to be up and the animals are going to be here. So either we get this shelter or we need to cancel the order. Which wasn't going to happen, let's face it. We still needed it. So the guy's like, okay, let me find out how much is left to be done, and I will let you know if we can get it delivered on Saturday. Well, Saturday morning they finally called, or Friday they told him the roof was not on. But Saturday they finally called and said, okay, we're on our way, we need to go get this. Of course, by that time we'd already gotten Quinn. So poor Quinn had to be like a dog on a leash for a couple of hours, because we got her at 10 and the shed wasn't delivered until 1. So she was like a dog on a leash, and my daughter Kayla and my husband took turns outside with her, and it was rainy. It was not a pleasant day. It was on and off showers. So they spent some time outside with her and tried to get her to go into the goose coop for some shelter. Gave her hay in a bucket, and made her as comfortable as possible. So once they finally got that delivered, my husband had quickly pinned up the top of the fence so that way at least the fence was up, and told my daughter to keep an eye on her, make sure she doesn't go over there because she could go underneath. Yeah, she was good, she didn't go over there, but it was still hair raising. And then the next thing my husband did is went and got Hades right there, and brought him home for a friend for Quinn. And as you discovered, Quinn is quite bossy. She's a queen bee. I don't think her name was Quinn, I think it was Queen. But yeah, she came to us with the name Quinn. And so she and him had their little tussles while my husband and I rushed to finish the fence legitimately, like stretch it and pin it and tack it down to the wooden posts. So it was an interesting weekend. Yeah, and then, of course I worked Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. No, I actually worked 8 a.m. to 5. So when I got home, we rushed to put that fence up and get it all stretched and get it across the way it was supposed to be. We had gotten this roll of fencing from one of the local fence companies. We'd been getting everything previously either from Home Depot or from Tractor Supply. This fence I'm not too impressed with. It's the same, 47-inch, 330-foot roll of field fencing, but its gauge is way smaller than the other one, even though it's supposedly the same according to the tag. So it's very thin, and I don't trust it very much. So not sure what we're going to do. I think what I'm going to try to do, because they keep rubbing themselves on it, is run a hot wire right along the bottom here so that they get a little zap when they try and push on it. Other than that, it worked out great. Brought home Maribel the sheep and Archie the baby on Sunday when I got off of work pretty early and was able to go with him to get them. And Archie is so adorable. He's really mellow. He doesn't really play, or at least not that we have caught him playing. And he sticks by Maribel because Maribel is who he knows, since they came from the same herd. Yeah. So that's been our Memorial Day weekend. Alright. Well, that I think is it for me. I hope everybody has a wonderful wonderful working week, or a wonderful week, and we will catch you on the next one.